trip to the happiest place on earth. And cash for camp. One local church thinks of a clever way to send kids to summer camp. All that and more coming up.
Live from Midland, Odessa, and Big Spring, we're Basin Trusted, Basin Proud. This is Local 2 News at 10 in HD.
Good evening, everyone. I'm Lauren Tropea. Thank you so much for spending your Saturday night with us for Local 2 News at 10. And we begin tonight with the latest from a late-night shooting at Quality Inn in Odessa Friday. The Texas Rangers releasing the name of the person shot and killed last night. 37-year-old Joel Fabella died on the scene after police tell us he began fighting with two Odessa police officers and then pulled out a gun. Now let's take a look here at the second person involved, 36-year-old Jody Teague Threadgill. He fled the scene late last night and is still on the run. Anyone with information on his whereabouts is encouraged to call Odessa Police, the Texas Rangers, or Odessa Crime Stoppers at 432-333-TIPS. And staying with that late-night shooting, hotel guests tell us they were barricaded on property with very little knowledge as to what was happening just outside. Local 2's Lupi Zapata returned to the scene today and spoke to a local family who was caught in the commotion. He joins us live in the newsroom with how this affected that family. Lupi?
Lauren, imagine being stuck in a hotel room with 5 scared children while police surround the building and force you to stay inside your hotel room. That's exactly what happened to a mother I spoke with who tells me she was stuck in her room during last night's shooting.
When they told me to turn around and go back to the room, I was shaking, my heart was racing.
Bullet marks and shattered windows are the only remnants from a fatal shooting that had hotel guests forced to stay in their rooms. An Odessa family on a staycation for the weekend experienced anything but a relaxing night. Kids were pretty worried. They were huddled up on the bed with me. I'm like, everything will be fine. If we hear anything, we'll get y'all covered. This mother tells me 2 adults and 5 very scared children made for an interesting stay. As more than a dozen police cars surrounded the hotel, she says her family had no idea what was happening outside. I mean, I would have liked a call saying, hey, we've got issues going on. Stay in your room. We'll give y'all updates. That would have been something nice to hear from them. As fear filled the hotel room, she was confident that OPD would keep her family safe. She tells me she was very impressed with how they handled the situation. Not hearing everything at first and then finding out later what had actually happened, I think they did a really good job, because if I wouldn't have left the room to go to work, I wouldn't have done. So I think they did really good. But if needed, she tells me she had a plan. I would have threw him over the fence and, took off running the opposite direction if I had to. I spoke with hotel staff who tell me that last night was something that they had never seen before, and they're very happy that their hotel is back to normal. Live in the newsroom, Lupi Zapata, Local 2 News.
New tonight at 10, it was a magical morning as dozens gathered for the 9th annual Walk for Wishes benefiting the West Texas Make-A-Wish Foundation. But the real magic happened when one little girl battling a rare disease granted her wish to be a princess for a day. Local 2's Casey Jones was there as this 6-year-old got the surprise of a lifetime.
More than 50 in this area alone.
Move over Cinderella, Elsa, and Tiana. There's a new princess in town.
She truly...
Now she's just waiting on her crown. Where are you going?
To Disney World.
6-year-old Jaslyn Espinoza, born with end-stage renal disease, and she needs a kidney transplant. The kindergartner wishing for a trip to the happiest place in the world.
Do you think you're a princess?
Yes.
Yeah, so you're gonna fit right in at Disney World, huh?
Her wish, they're committed. Make-A-Wish Foundation sending her and her family where dreams come true in June.
It means a lot to be able to see her, be a kid and be happy.
For Espinoza, Princess Jazzy's mom explains despite her daughter's condition, she keeps her spirits high.
She does have a lot of heart. By looking at her, you can never tell that she's sick. She always has a smile on her face and just endures everything that she has to.
In June, you will be going to Disney.
Anna Stanford with the West Texas Make-A-Wish Foundation says hundreds of local kids like Jaslyn are also hoping their dreams come true.
In West Texas, last year we granted 110 wishes.
The foundation hoping to increase wishes this year, operating through community support and funding.
It has been a struggle to get donations this year, and I think every nonprofit is feeling that right now. And we just hope that people continue to come through and support us.
Their help making it possible to continue making wishes come true.
Are you ever going to forget this for the rest of your life?
Casey Jones, Local 2 News.
Thanks, Casey. And adding to Princess Jaslyn's surprise, Odessa College sending in their show choir and singing a classic Disney tune, When You Wish Upon a Star, before the 6-year-old heard her surprise. The choir says seeing Jaslyn's big smile makes all the practice well worth it.
We are artists, and we want to do
everything you can.
real things, real things.
The group planning a Disney-themed concert in June, and all the proceeds will go to the Make-A-Wish Foundation. And staying in Odessa tonight, one local church getting creative to help send kids to summer camp. Highland United Methodist Church holding a garage sale fundraiser. The group says they need about $6,000 to send 23 kids to camp in New Mexico.
And it costs not only for the kiddos to go, but we have to send a sponsor. If we send girls, we have to send a girl sponsor. If we're boys, we have to send both. So we had to pay for 2 sponsors.
The church hosting another rummage sale next weekend. And if you would like to stop by and help out the kiddos get to camp, visit our website, yourbasin.com, for more information. And speaking of fundraisers, Alina's Kitchen in McCamey helping out a local animal rescue. Stop by tomorrow from 8 a.m. to 2 p.m. and a percentage of money from all meals will go to Striegler's Hoof Haven Animal Rescue. If you can't make it, call 325-315-1265 to donate. And from food to fire trucks, Firehouse Subs and Bad Boy Blast team up to raise money for local volunteer fire departments. Volunteer firefighters from Midland, Ector, Andrews, and Howard County came out to the sub shop today. Members of the community had the opportunity to meet the firefighters and check out some of their equipment, a rewarding experience for all.
Reassure them that when they call for help that we'll be able to come with good equipment, good firefighters with good training.
Event organizers tell us they expect to raise up to $20,000. Over at the Wagner Noel today, a special event introducing plant-based nutrition to the Basin, the first of its kind here in West Texas. And the idea is to show the strong connection between food and diseases we might face.
My life, and that's really not the case. Food has a huge part to play in the disease processes that we face, and just by changing what we're eating can make it to where you don't even have to worry about these things anymore. You can reverse what's already begun.
More than 500 tickets sold for the event today. April is National Child Abuse Prevention Month, and Harmony Home Children's Advocacy Center bringing awareness to the Basin, kicking off the month with a children's fair where people could learn more about prevention and a few of the organizations in the area that help families in need. And of course, the kiddos had lots of fun with face painting and train rides.
The state average for the state of Texas in 2015 was 9.1 out of every 1,000 child has an open CPS case, and our average in this area is 11.2 out of 1,000.
To learn more about volunteer opportunities and how you can help bring awareness, you can visit Harmony Home's website. An annual spring cleanup was underway in the Tall City today for the Don't Mess with Texas Trash Off. To show appreciation for volunteers clearing the litter, Keep Midland Beautiful held a picnic at Hogan Park to say thank you. The cleanup runs through May 31st.
And I just hate to see us living in trash. I go to other cities and I see that the parks are clean, the highways are clean, and I think we need that here in Midland.
It's an hour and a half. It don't take that long. I mean, you can make a big difference. Look, it's clean. You make a big difference in a little time.
Now, something interesting about today's event was the group served lunch here on the back of these Frisbees to make sure that more litter didn't spread across the park. We are your local election headquarters. The Wisconsin primary now just 3 days away. A loss for Donald Trump could mean trouble, while Bernie Sanders is hoping to keep up momentum after a series of primary wins. Jamie Graydon reports.
Candidates are crisscrossing Wisconsin Saturday ahead of Tuesday's primary. For the Republican frontrunner Donald Trump, losing in the Badger State would make it harder to clinch the party's nomination. According to the latest poll, Ted Cruz is leading with a 10-point margin. Wisconsin has 42 Republican delegates up for grabs, and even if Cruz were to win the primary, it still wouldn't be enough to keep an open convention from happening.
We're going to go to an open convention, there's no question. I can't win enough to get to the convention with enough delegates, and neither can Cruz. And Donald Trump would have to win, probably better than 60%, and as you know, he's never got anywhere close to that.
On the Democratic side, 86 delegates are at stake. The latest poll shows Bernie Sanders with a narrow lead over Hillary Clinton. That's good news for the Sanders campaign after winning 5 of the last 6 contests: Idaho, Utah, then a Western sweep last weekend in Alaska, Hawaii, and Washington.
There has been some concern as to whether or not Bernie Sanders could win a general election. The last poll that I saw here in Wisconsin had us in your state 19 points ahead of Donald Trump.
But overall, Clinton is still ahead in the total delegate count. I'm Jamie Graydon reporting.
Still to come here at 10, spring is in the air and so are fresh fruits and veggies at the Midland Downtown Farmers Market. Coming up, we'll take a look at all the fresh and local food the market brings to the basin.
And in weather, the warming continues. 70s on Sunday, then 80s on Monday with strong winds Tuesday and Wednesday. Weather's next.
A good neighbor is more than an acquaintance. A good neighbor is more than a friend.
A good neighbor is welcoming and makes you feel like family.
Helpful, kind, caring, supportive. In an emergency, you can count on your neighbors.
Day or night, at Neighbors Emergency Center.
Your doctors.
Your neighbors.
Here's to making a big deal even better.
To making Bada Boom even boomier with 60 months interest-free financing.
Here's to making every room a 25th anniversary special.
I love it all. To making a sweet deal even sweeter.
Here's to 25 years of giving you
our rooms to go.
For the best prices
all March long.
It's the hottest comedy event of the year, the Comedy Get Down World Tour, with Cedric the Entertainer, D.L. Hughley, Eddie Griffin, George Lopez, and Charlie Murphy. One hilarious night of comedy with the funniest comedians in the country. Get ready to laugh like you've never laughed before with Cedric the Entertainer, Eddie Griffin, D.L. Hughley, George Lopez, and Charlie Murphy. Friday, May 13th to 8 p.m. in the Ector County Coliseum. Tickets go till this Friday at 10 a.m. at Ticketmaster.com. The Comedy Get Down World Tour. It's the best comedy show, period.
With all the options out there, surfing the web for local content can feel overwhelming. But not anymore, because Local 2, Fox 24, and Estrella TV have partnered together to create YourBasin.com, the ultimate local online destination. Powered by 3 stations, it's the one-stop home for your news, weather, and sports. Plus, get even more with your contests, your local pros, your business directory, your entertainment, and your local events. Find it all at YourBasin.com, your local online destination.
You're watching Local 2, Midland, Odessa. Now, your Local 2 Weather Authority forecast.
Welcome back. Ryan Martin joining us now. So, Ryan, I know we're both loving the March Madness games, but they were a little uneventful today.
Yeah, both the games were blowouts, and they were uneventful. And our weather this week compared to yesterday, going to be pretty uneventful too the next couple of days. But that's a good thing because clear skies, warm temperatures, no one's really complaining about that, right?
Not at all. I'm loving it.
Let's start things off on the health index. Not much has changed here. High chance of tree pollen still, low dust, moderate mold, and flu virus is still moderate. This courtesy of Dr. John Bray. Now starting things off on the almanac, nothing showing on our radar right here, but High today, 66 degrees, low in the 30s, so both well off for our average on our high and our low, 75 and 45 degrees. Right now, not much to complain about tonight. Seeing temperatures in the high 50s right now with very low winds, 57 to be exact. 3-mile-an-hour wind speeds, pretty low right now. And humidity, we had some moisture come in last night, and it's already starting to go away from us. We'll show you that in a bit. But right now, temperatures a little cool up in New Mexico. 45 in Hobbs, Carlsbad in the 40s as well as Seminole, and then seeing 40s in Marfa and Alpine. But most of the basin seeing these 50s right now, and then seeing 60s down in the southern portion of the Trans-Pecos. And the warming is starting to begin tomorrow, back up into the 70s on Sunday, and then Monday we're going to be back up into the 80s. Not really much winds, but we'll show you that in a little bit too, but not complaining. Back up into the 80s to start your work week across the state of Texas. 52 in Lubbock, 51 in Amarillo. A little cool down in Corpus Christi for Corpus Christi, 59 for them. They're usually way warmer than we are. 61 in Brownsville, 65 in Houston, and 60 in the Dallas-Fort Worth area. So good temperatures. They got WrestleMania tomorrow. I know some of us are excited for that. Not really much to show on the satellite radar. Clear skies in the Lone Star State to go along with the beautiful temperatures. And on our satellite radar in the basin, seeing a little bit of cloud coverage, but it's not really helping the humidity out. We're already starting to really dry up in the basin. We saw some much needed moisture come into town yesterday, but it's already starting to dry up, and it's not going to stick around for too much longer. We're going to see a very dry week ahead of us. Winds right now, pretty calm compared to what we've been seeing. Still a little windy in the Guadalupe Mountains, 14 miles an hour. And we'll start to see the winds pick up in the northeast portion of the basin tomorrow, exceeding the 10-mile-an-hour mark, but the rest of the area still pretty calm in our viewing area. And then it's going to calm down a little bit more going into Monday, but Tuesday and Wednesday are the days you really got to look out for, because we could be getting those wind gusts back up into that 25 to 30-mile-an-hour range. So a pretty windy week ahead of us, but going to be calm to start things off. And it got a little windy today. Wind gusts got up to 25 miles an hour in the Guadalupe Mountains, 20 in Pecos, 28 in Presidio, 22 in the Big Bend, and 16 in Alpine. Now, going to be a little chilly up in the northern basin tonight, seeing those temperatures dropping down into the 30s in many areas. Lovington staying in the 40s, Jowell staying in the 40s as well as Big Spring. And now some of this data for the northern basin forecast highs for tomorrow are off. It's obviously not going to be 39 degrees for a high in Seminole, but Lovington, that's accurate. 74 degrees, 77 in Jowell, 77 in Artesia. Everywhere else, don't pay attention to that. That's a little off. Tonight in the Central Basin, going to not be too bad. 43 in Monahans. Barstow, though, a little cold there, 39 degrees. 43 in Garden City, 44 in Rankin, and 44 in Crane. Then tomorrow, a lot of these numbers are off too. Not going to be a 45-degree high for Odessa and Midland. Expect temperatures to be in the 70s. 77 in Penwell, 79 in Grand Falls, and 78 in Cope Ranch, a high for tomorrow. Trans-Pecos, temperatures in the 40s. Dryden's going to stay in the 50s, though. 51 for a low. Sanderson, 49. Sheffield, 46. And Bakersfield, 49 degrees. And then tomorrow, back up into the 80s, a possibility for Bakersfield and Dryden, and then rounding out the mountains. Going to be a little chilly in Marfa, 35 degrees, and then up to the 60s in Presidio. Brewster could get up to 79 degrees tomorrow. And looking at the 7-day forecast, not much to complain about on this forecast. 75 for Sunday, back into the 80s on Monday, and that's going to last well into Wednesday. Then temperature's going to drop down a little bit, but 70s, that's not exactly cold. Now is it?
Well, you know what, Ryan? It was nice to have a little reprieve after those freezing temperatures yesterday. It was so cold, but I have to admit I did enjoy the rain. We all know I love it. I was splashing around in a couple of puddles yesterday.
You love it, and we need it because we've got some droughts in the area right now. So whenever we get rain in West Texas, it's always a good thing.
Well, I know that it doesn't look like there's going to be any in the forecast this week, which makes me sad. But you're right. We can't complain about
and
the weather
your least favorite thing will be, though, winds.
Oh, I know. Well, I'm excited to have some nice calm weather for the week.
Oh, absolutely.
All right, thanks, Ryan. And coming up, we're about to celebrate what could arguably be called the best couple in history.
Know of a community event or news story? Then contact us. You can call 432-563-4421. Email news@kmid.tv. Like us on Facebook at Local 2 News-KMID. And follow us on Twitter and Instagram at Local 2 News KMID.
family care clinic in Midland, we are able to do allergy testing. We offer DOT testing. We accept most insurances and self-pay. We are located at the corner of Midland Drive and Briarwood Avenue across from Walmart.
Keep Odessa Beautiful is challenging all Odessans to don't mess with Texas. Instead of just one cleanup, KOB is asking everyone to clean up throughout the entire month of April. Community teamwork is the goal to keep Odessa beautiful. A kickoff event is set for Saturday, April 2nd. There will be children's activities, medication take-back, lunch, and a special performance by Vocal Trash. Register online to accept the challenge and show your Odessa pride.
After 30 years at Local 2 and forecasting your weather, one thing's for sure, we've been through a lot together. Droughts, severe storms, backyard barbecues, heck, I even had hair at one point. Sexy. But no matter what else changes, Local 2 and I are always dedicated to local weather coverage that impacts you.
Local 2, your local weather authority.
Have a burning question you'd like to ask a pro? If so, Local 2 wants to connect you to local professionals in your area.
Hello, I'm David Lumpkin, the director of the Sylvan Learning Center of Midland, Odessa, where we inspire success through personal learning. We're excited to be your local pro. Please visit us at sylvanlearning.com or go to yourbasin.com for more information.
Just click on the Sections tab, select Local Pros, choose a featured professional, and have your questions answered today. With all the options out there, surfing the web for local content can feel overwhelming. But not anymore, because Local 2, Fox 24, and Estrella TV have partnered together to create yourbasin.com, the ultimate local online destination. Powered by 3 stations, it's the one-stop home for your news, weather, and sports. Plus, get even more with your contests, your local pros, your business directory, your entertainment, and your local events. Find it all at yourbasin.com, your local online destination.
Basin trusted, Basin proud. You're watching Local 2 News at 10 in HD.
Well, welcome back. Many Midlanders making it a market day during the opening day of the Tall City's downtown farmers market. It's the 9th season of the market, bringing local food to the Permian Basin. Today, visitors enjoyed a variety of goods, and the kiddos got to learn about planting seeds.
The main thing is community. It's such a great feeling on a Saturday morning when all these people get together with a common interest in healthy foods and healthy products and buying local, and it's just a great sense of family.
Next weekend, Dust Bowl Animal Rescue will be out at the market along with a bunch of different food trucks to choose from. And while Midlanders can enjoy local flavors once again, the market doing something unique this year. In tonight's Your Basin Cares, a look at how a different nonprofit each week invited to set up shop at the homegrown venue free of charge.
And if you want local made, this is the place to be.
Farmers show up from all over the basin, but some don't have to travel too far to share their garden goodies.
And he grows on Harvard, right there in the middle of Midland.
Director of the market, Kimberly Kennedy, hopes to attract more Tall City urban growers
that may have a fruit tree and, you have bushels of peaches and nothing to do with them. Bring them here and sell them.
This year's market all about homegrown eats and community.
We're having representatives from different nonprofits and organizations come out to our Dell booth.
Dell, or Dedicated to Enhance Learning and Living, is a booth set up for nonprofits to occupy each week to help spread their mission.
Talk about what they do and how easy it is for people to do it.
Kennedy invites any nonprofit to have a seat at the table at this season's farmers market.
I like to think it's the center of the community, but we're working on it.
Stephanie Sobik, Local 2 News.
Next weekend's Dell booth will be occupied by the Permian Basin Opera. All right, Tara, so today it was all about Texas Tech. I guess it's safe to say guns up, right?
I know. There were definitely a lot of Red Raiders fans at Grande Stadium today, tailgating, and then, of course, watching the spring scrimmage as well. Coming up next on your Local 2 Sports, Texas Tech football wraps up their 4th trip to Midland. Hear from Coach Kingsbury and more after the break.
Hi, y'all. Bart Rager, Rager Dykes Automotive Midland, your friend in the car business.
On Local 2 News, we look different. We sound different. We are different. But our strong commitment to the community, local news, and you will always remain the same. So we invite you to see the difference yourself right here on the new Local 2 News.
When it matters most, he's right there for you.
Good evening from Charleston, from Philadelphia, from California.
Historic, groundbreaking, newsmaking. When we're all searching for answers, David Muir right there because he reports to you. ABC's World News Tonight with David Muir.
With all the options out there, surfing the web for local content can feel overwhelming. But not anymore, because Local 2, Fox 24, and Estrella TV have partnered together to create YourBasin.com, the ultimate local online destination, powered by 3 stations. It's the one-stop home for your news, weather, and sports. Plus, get even more with your contests, your local pros, your business directory, your entertainment, and your local events. Find it all at YourBasin.com, your local online destination. Have a burning question you'd like to ask a pro? If so, Local 2 wants to connect you to local professionals in your area.
Hello, I'm David Lumpkin, the director of the Sylvan Learning Center of Midland, Odessa, where we inspire success through personal learning. We're excited to be your local pro. Please visit us at sylvanlearning.com or go to yourbasin.com for more information.
Just click on the Sections tab, select Local Pros, choose a featured professional, and have your questions answered today.
After 30 years at Local 2 and forecasting your weather, one thing's for sure, we've been through a lot together. Droughts, severe storms, backyard barbecues, heck, I even had hair at one point. Sexy. But no matter what else changes, Local 2 and I are always dedicated to local weather coverage that impacts you.
Local 2, your local weather authority. Now, your Local 2 Sports.
Welcome into your Local 2 Sports. I'm Tara Talmadge. Today, the Texas Tech football team made its way to Grande Communication Stadium for the 4th annual spring scrimmage. Coming into today, there were several question marks on both sides of the ball, but a few Red Raiders stepped up and really made an impact.
It's good to see who reacts in front of a crowd and who plays well and who gets nervous and has penalties and missed assignments, things of that nature. So it was a great crowd. Every year we come, it exceeds our expectations, incredible energy, and it's a real honor for us to be able to come down here every year.
Overall, the 2016 Texas Tech scrimmage at Grande Stadium was successful. Leaders are emerging, and the defensive line is becoming a more cohesive unit.
We have a lot of new guys that came in. And just losing all the seniors, it kind of sucked losing them. But, you know, all the new guys that came in, they filled spots really well, and they were doing great out there on the field.
Myself, Jay-Sean Johnson, and Braden Fajoka, I feel like we all need to step up as leaders in this defense.
DeAndre Washington was a huge force for the Red Raiders last season, and without him, Texas Tech has to find a way to keep the running game viable. If you ask Coach Kingsbury, Justin Stockton is filling in just fine.
He's been great ever since he stepped on campus. I've told everybody, if it weren't for DeAndre, you know, everybody'd be talking about Justin Stockton already, and they will be this fall.
Reginald Davis and Dylan Cantrell are still competing for that starting spot. And according to Patrick Mahomes, one player stood out today.
I would say Reginald Davis, this guy who's been here for a while, but he made a great catch today, and he's been making plays that he didn't make last year, and he's kind of stepped his leadership role up at the same time.
And that wraps up the 4th. Switching gears to some high school soccer, the Midland High boys soccer team season has come to an end. The Bulldogs fell 4-2 in penalty kicks against El Paso Socorro on Friday.
The way they overcome adversity throughout a season, the things that the guys have overcome and what they've done, and then the work they're putting in right now to achieve their dreams. I mean, it's a very special group. It's a very fun group to work with.
The bi-district champs in the season with a 17-7-0 record. Staying with high school soccer, the Permian girls have advanced to the regional round. The Lady Panthers defeated El Paso Socorro 1-0 Friday after 2 overtimes. Permian will play El Paso Franklin this Tuesday in the regional quarterfinals. Now on to some college basketball. Villanova is heading to the national championship game for the first time in 31 years. Tonight, the Wildcats put up one of the most impressive and unrelenting victories in Final Four history, defeating Oklahoma 95-51. After the game, OU head coach Lou Kruger said despite the loss, his team made a major impact on the program.
Disappointed these guys today, have this feeling, but not disappointed in this group.
for what they've accomplished. They've been outstanding. I'm very proud of them. They've changed the culture of basketball at the University of Oklahoma, and they will have an effect on the program for a lot of years ahead. So love every one of them. Very, very proud of them, and again, I know they're going to do great things going forward.
Villanova will now face off against UNC, who just beat Syracuse. They weren't exactly most exciting Final Four games, but maybe the national championship game will be better.
Yes, let's talk a little bit about these blowouts today. I am still getting Villanova and Oklahoma. That was crazy.
That was a big surprise to most
95 to 51, I think it was, something like that.
I know, and everyone was expecting OU to do much better than they did today.
I was expecting them to win as well, so wow.
I know, we were expecting some close games, didn't exactly get them, but I think that this setup is a good one. We've got some UNC, and obviously Horace is a big UNC fan, so he will be super excited.
Well, now we know why they call it March Madness, right?
Right? It's all crazy.
A lot of craziness going on. All right, thanks, Drew. We'll be right back after this.
Have a burning question you'd like to ask a pro? If so, Local 2 wants to connect you to local professionals in your area.
Hello, I'm David Lumpkin, the director of the Sylvan Learning Center of Midland, Odessa, where we inspire success through personal learning. We're excited to be your local pro. Please visit us at sylvanlearning.com or go to yourbasin.com for more information.
Just click on the Sections tab, select Local Pros, choose a featured professional, and have your questions answered today.
I drove a bus for almost 20 years. I'm an independent contractor. I haul live turkeys.
Tired of the same old routine? It might be time to step up your game.
An 11 makes you a millionaire.
The Monopoly Millionaires Club. Sunday evenings at 10:35, only on your Local 2.
When it matters most, he's right there for you.
Good evening from Charleston, from Philadelphia, from California.
Historic, groundbreaking, newsmaking. When we're all searching for answers, David Muir right there because he reports to you. ABC's World News Tonight with David Muir.
After 30 years at Local 2 and forecasting your weather, one thing's for sure. We've been through a lot together. Droughts, severe storms, backyard barbecues. Heck, I even had hair at one point. Sexy. But no matter what else changes, Local 2 and I are always dedicated to local weather coverage that impacts you.
Local 2, your local weather authority.
Come three. Good, get out the bra,
Hey, hold up, go!
Get mic'd up Tuesdays on Local 2 News at 10. Sponsored by Classic Honda of Midland.
We're all part of your community.
We all play a role in keeping our community safe. So protect your every day.
If you see something suspicious, say something to local authorities.
One last look at your 7-day forecast. Back up into the 70s tomorrow, then back up in the 80s on Monday, and that's going to last into Wednesday. And then the winds are going to really start to pick up starting on Tuesday before we see some temperatures cool down a little bit starting on Thursday.
We go together like PB&J. Today is National Peanut Butter and Jelly Day. So what makes the best PB&J? Most people say strawberry jam is the best on white bread. And an interesting fact, the average PB&J loving U.S. citizen eats 1,500 of the gooey sandwiches before they even graduate from high school. That's
I do not dispute that evidence whatsoever because we've got living proof of that right here.
Are you about the strawberry jam or grape?
I think the majority of Americans are about the strawberry jam.
I'm not. I'm about grape, and I'm all about toasted PB&Js. That's where it's
Wait,
at.
are we crunchy or are we smooth peanut butter?
Smooth.
Both.
Both. I'm with you both.
Okay, I'm all about smooth. Yeah, love it. And a big congratulations really quickly to our morning show anchor, Rebecca Jeffrey, and our evening anchor, Tyler Thomason. They tied the knot today.